Okay, they say this is the ultimate sword-making game. It's a demo coming out, and it's got hundreds of positive reviews. That's huge for a demo. It's definitely not the normal type of game we would play. Looks interesting. Seems like a simulation type of game, maybe. Okay, that's a bit more detailed than I was expecting. Maybe we have some quests in here? We're supposed to master the art of smithing and uncover secrets of Eren Keep is what the description said. Oh, we got skill tree? Okay, there might be more to this than I thought. I'm not gonna lie, that looked pretty good. That looked pretty good. Let's get into it and see how good it actually is. This is going out for a Nomadic demo review. Okay, straight out the gate, we have a few different language selections. We're going to go English. Welcome to the BLADESONG demo. New game starts BLADESONG story mode with a tutorial and a preview of gameplay, progression, and narrative. And creative mode allows you to purely express sword making without gameplay restrictions. Continue. I think we're going to go into a new game, and this is coming out January 22nd, which is only a couple weeks away now. Let's go straight in. Just start a new game as it is. This is BLADESONG. We're going to become a swordsmith. In cloying in darkness, you writhe. You cling to life by the tips of your fingers. Okay, that looks like the Necrocom. Something takes shape in the emptiness. Contours of flesh tracing along familiar lines. A withered old woman's face floating before your own. Hello, Granny. When she speaks, she has a rasping voice of a raven. Who are you? A swordsmith? A survivor? A saint? You will be addressed as a female. Okay, you'll be addressed as a male. You will largely be addressed in a gender-neutral way at times. Generic masculine might be used. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. So you have a dying man, dying woman, or dying soul. Let's go dying man. That's kind of weird that we are dying. Wrong. It's not your time yet. The sundering claim untold lives. Yet you endured when so many around you perished. What did you do to survive? Kind of gives like Bannerlord type stuff, huh? I like that. Okay, what were we? We were a mercenary. This gives us, this background grants us 3 toughness and may open unique dialogue choices. Okay. This will give us 3 diplomacy if we're a leader. If we're a wanderer, that grants us 3 knowledge. And if we're a slave, that grants us 3 finesse. We got that slavery finesse. I think, just for the sake that we are nomadic Bule, we should go with the wanderer. A cold hand touches our brow. Ah! Water cools your burning throat. You kept something through all your hardships. A keepsake from a better time. What is it? Okay, what did we keep? A rare bottle of old spirits. For an optimization-focused playstyle, grants a ball of precious liquor to boost your progress. A family heirloom. For a story-focused playstyle, grants a unique family heirloom passed down through prior generations of your lineage. For a creative playstyle, grants a bundle of leather and pigments for more creative freedom early on. That's Artisan's Toolkit. Let's go story focused. I want to know what the story here is. The fire is burning itself out, leaving you damp shadow of your old self. You claw blindly in the darkness until more water is tipped down your throat. Okay. What do you believe in? The voices have abandoned this world. There's a lot of choices here, y'all. My goodness. I believe in nothing. Nothing matters anymore. There's peace in accepting that. Compassion. There's a very small kindness in an act of defiance of the world without pity. Freedom. The world is better off without voices. Humans can adapt to anything. And continuity. I believe small things. Bread rising, seasons turning, children growing. Ambition. Humanity can rise above the voices if we learn the secrets. Let's go ambition. The secrets of the voices burn your mind to ash, Myrtle. You can't stop what's coming. I'll leave you with one final question. Don't expect an answer. I don't think the last one gave us any bonuses. I don't think it did. What will fill the silence the voices left behind? Probably candy. As an old woman's face retreats into the inky blackness, sparks flicker into life. Behind her, one by one, a field of stars burning with sticky pale light. Like seeds taking root, They twist and expand, their trindles branching and burrowing through the darkness until they've strangled it with light. Now, wake, Smith. You still have a part to play in humanity's final act. So does that mean humanity's finally coming to an end? Goodbye, everybody. A new day has dawned. Your eyes flutter as you regain consciousness. You faintly surprised to find yourself alive. Either death did not come for you, or when it did, you were found unyielding. Let's awaken. You sit up, grasping, sweat-drenched. Fever has broken. It's kind of D&D vibes. Get our bearings. You're in a tent. There's no sign of your caretaker apart from half-empty water pail and a damp cloth on your brow. You peek out of the tent flapping, squinting against the sunlight. Outside, as far as the eye can see, stretches a chaotic sprawl of tents and shelters, churned mud, shallow graves. It sounds so beautiful. Most of your rations are gone. Your horse was already dying when the fever took you. Its body is nowhere to be seen. By now, it's likely Soup. You're on your own. Was that his name? Did we name our horse Soup? That sounds familiar. A lifetime on the road, selling your wares, sleeping under trees, learning the secrets of the world. Every year it got harder, landmarks vanished, bridges collapsed, outposts fell to ruin, and at last you were forced to seek sanctuary. It was long ago to Eren Keep. Through the dust and despair, your last memories are sliding from your dying horse, your numb legs tracking furrows in the mud. Someone dragged you to shelter, but who? Outside the tent is a crude field forged completely with an anvil. That's possible? Okay. Did you crawl here in a daze, or did a mysterious caretaker bring you here? Either way, the anvil gives you a feeling of home. Let's access the field's forge. It seems you have been abandoned for some time, lacking anyone with skill to work it. Oh, it has been abandoned. But it won't require much effort to get running again. Should you need to make a living here. Hopefully, it won't come to that. First, you should head to the gates and try to secure entry to the Eren Keep. That's why you came here after all. Thank you for playing the BLADESONG demo. This short tutorial will teach you all you need to know. Please follow it closely. Okay. Welcome to the camp. People will come to you with commissions. You choose which commissions to take on. Commissions refresh daily. Select the highlighted button to choose the first commission. Okay. So we're already working at the anvil. Let's take it. When you accept a commission, you prepare a billet for your sword. Preparing a billet costs action points, and action points replenish daily. Preparing this billet costs steel. Okay. Your first customer is a gaunt man and a tattered cloak. He approaches you, noticing the anvil outside your tent. You're a bladesmith. Can you make me a sword? I've got the coin for it. Just make sure it's good and long. I don't like my enemies to be in hugging distance, if you get my meaning. Let's forge it. It's two-handed. I like that. Oh, look at all that. Impact, speed, mobility, sharpness, stiffness. Okay. Rotate the camera with the right mouse button. Very nice. Move the camera with the middle mouse button. Zoom in and out with the wheel. Okay. Right. Use the tutorial flag to revisit any information already seen. Okay, that's cool. Customers have different requirements which you must fill. Let's start shaping your blade. Yeah, let's do that. Click on the start. Okay. You can apply light or heavy hammer hits to alter your blade. Let's start with light stick. Click on the steel blade to hammer and lengthen it. We did it. Actually, let me move the camera for some of y'all. Move the camera into chat down here so y'all can see a little bit more of what's happening. We missed. In order to make larger changes on your blade, you can build up the strength with heavy hits. Click the hammer at its highest point for a heavy hit. The longer the chain... The longer your chain of heavy hits, the more the blade does. Okay. I don't understand. I mean, we're still hitting the length. So I think as long as we're hitting that length, okay. Shift for fine control. Okay. Now that the blade requirement is met, let's flatten the blade. Click the plus to add a chance to thicken the thing. Okay. Change thickness. We still do that with the hammer? How much do we need to thicken? Okay, I guess that works, huh? Look at that. We almost got a whole finger file right now. Let's make the blade wider with mobility. Okay. Change width. Okay, did we change hammer too? Hammer a point on the sword. Usually customers won't accept a thing without a point. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Nice and sharp. Ooh. The cross-section ability makes your blade sharp. Let's add it. Okay, let's do that. Cross the section. This ability has 2 steps. First, you need to give this blade a sharp edge. Watch the cross-section display in the top corner. What are you talking about? Okay. Hammer until the blue line turns orange. Okay. Good, good. I think. The edge is now sharp, and you can further adjust the shape of the cross-section. Keep hammering until the hexagon becomes a diamond shape. Okay. Ooh. Very sharp, then? Let's work on the hilt. That's a good idea. Hilt mode, you'll have access to library sword parts, completing your sword. Select the guard from the library and then attach it. Okay, we got a cell sword. We got that. Let's go ahead and... That'll look good. We got the grip. I think this all costs a little bit of money. No. Something a little fatter. Yeah. Your customer requires a 2-handed sword, so your grip selection needs to be long enough. Attach a second grip, part of the first. Ooh. And then, let's do that. Okay, we did that. Every part of your sword influences its physics. Watch the weight and balance meters that you attach to the pommel. Oh, you're right. When you detach swords parts, again, by clicking on them, you will get your resources back, so feel free to experiment. When you are happy with your 2-handed hilt, make some final adjustments to the blade. Okay. Still. Or... perhaps. Yeah, I think that's fine. Press X to flip the direction you're hammering. Okay. What does that want us to do? How big? You can make that thick. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it looks better down there. I don't know what it's actually asking for now. So I guess maybe he just wants it really narrow? Okay. Commission is fulfilled. That does not look as good, but it's okay. What do we do? Offer to Owen. We're going to name it Owen's first sword. You're welcome, Owen. The man takes the sword and jabs at it his shadow experimentally. A slow grin crosses his face. This should do the trick. Thank you. Here's your payment. We got XP and 40 currency. Yes. We have officially been paid. That makes us official. Congratulations on finishing your first sword. Another customer awaits. Well, that's beautiful. Let's see what Landian. Word is already spreading around camp about the new smith. Your next customer is a wary-looking man with a bald plate. His hollow eyes darting back and forth. I heard you came here with wasting fever. Lucky to be alive you are. Anyway, can you modify a sword for me? I scavenged it for the ruins, but it hasn't gotten enough point to it. I want something I can stab into a thief's belly if I need to. He hands you the sword, a sharp edge, but rounded tips. As you hold it up to the light, he leans forward, conspiracially. I've only had this blade 3 days. I felt people's jealous eye upon it. If they come for it at night, I want to be able to give them a short stab. Let's do it. Looks like this will pay us even more. This customer wants a sword altered. A rounded point needs to be turned into a narrow point. Okay. Let's get this turned a little bit so we can see better, huh? There we go. You can change the range of abilities. The range is influenced by your ability to mark the line and drag its circular handle at the end of this line. Okay. What? Oh, maybe we had the best camera angle at the beginning after all. We just rounded it off. Oh. I think like that. Drag the circular handle at the end of this line. Hammer to apply your change. What? We're hammering. Is it applying the change? Oh, we're hitting the wrong spot. Nice work. You've fulfilled the requirements of this commission. You can sell the sword. Pony sticks. I love that. Folks out here will have taken everything from you if you aren't vigilant. Keep an eye out, Smith. Okay. He scurries away with his back hunched through against non-existent downpour. Okay. So he's just wandering in the rain with nothing to do. You just received scrap. Go to your inventory to inspect it. Where is our inventory? Very nice. We got old tools, rusty implements past their prime, only good in a salvage. Turns scrap into useful resources, does it? But it costs an action. Family heirloom. Wood and steel. Okay. I guess we're supposed to do that? Very well. We got 13 steel out of that. If you end the day with any action points left, they'll be lost, so try to use them whenever you can. Very nice. Very nice. Very D-to-D-ish. We're still level 1. Let's end the day. We did 2 swords on our first day. That's a good day of opening. That's a grand opening overall. Our previous balance was 0. We made 55. The daily upkeep was 20. That's a bit pricey. And our new balance is 35. Let's explore the keep. The outer gate. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Passage into Eren's Keep is barred by a colossal gate taller than the ship's mast. It was built to withstand enemy armies, but since Masked King's ascension, it mainly keeps our desperate masses seeking his protection. Knowledge 45. Let's look at the magical barrier. It's only visible to a half-light of dawn, or when it pours from rain, a faint shimmer that rises from the wall and captures Eren's Keep's vast dome. Knowledge. Failure. Well, ain't that a shame? Ain't that a shame? Its origins are shrouded in mystery, but the Masked King is somehow the key to its power. The barrier is why so many travel so far outside to camp outside these walls. The reason you came here, braving countless dangers, the barrier keeps the dangers of the wastelands at bay. So I'm guessing the world has pretty much ended. As you approach, the portcullis rises. to admit a caravan, and chaos breaks out. The crowd swells like a rising tide. Refugees push forward, begging for entry, and the guard batters them back with their shields. The merchant wagon barrel through, their drivers using horse whips to lash stragglers out of the way. Let's sneak through with the wagons. Let's not take any chance. You don't get far before a guard grabs you by the shoulder and flings you down, churned in mud. Okay. Not on my watch. He gazes down at you like a fisherman disappointed with his catch. I want to enter the keep. You a citizen? Or yourself a worker's permit? No, I don't. Then out of here. Applicant, stop wasting my time. Applicant, that's the euphemism the guards use to refer to desperate hordes camping outside their gate. Has a nicer ring to you than refugee, I suppose. I have useful skills. I am a blacksmith. Every applicant comes here begging is a doctor or a master glassmaker or an alchemist. You'd think I was born yesterday. If you're a smith, then prove it. I can show you a sword I made. Or if you just come with me, I'll demonstrate my skills at my forge. That's good. You think I can leave my post like that? Buzz off, low fly. We did not do good today. Return to your tent, where your makeshift forge awaits. You're hardly at your best, working such limited materials, but it's all you have for the time being. It won't be long before your cash still runs out. Since it seems you're going to be here longer than you expected, you should make it a priority to find a merchant in this forsaken place. New day has dawned. Nicely done. You finished the tutorial. From today on, you'll have more action to spend. You won't be able to complete every commission, so pick up the ones you like the sound of. The game will open from here. Don't be afraid to explore. Here's a few resources to get you started. Well, that's very nice. We have 40 still. We got 30 wood. And we have a skill tree, which is what I was looking at. Oh, it's very wide. Okay, I guess we'll look into that later. We're at level 1, almost level 2. There's a lot we have here, huh? I kind of want to go Thomas. A scruffy young man slides up to your anvil, glancing around nervously and picking at half a healed scar in his face. I found this blade in the Lost City. It's not in great condition. You think you could make it usable again? I mean, I guess. Let's look for it. We got 8 action points, y'all. We got 8 action points available. I guess let's do this. Let's do it. Let's forge. This might be the worst one we could have got, huh? Okay. Is he wanting it less? It doesn't really say what he's wanting, does it? He wants a short sword. Let's cut it down. I hope this is right. Look at that. Look at that dip. Doesn't really say exactly what we're supposed to be doing, huh? Okay, well that makes it a little bit more pointy, doesn't it? I'm guessing? There's nothing really down here we need to focus on, is there? No, it's all blade work. I mean, it is a short sword. That's for sure. Oh, wait. Flip it? This might be what we need. I have an idea now. Make it look better. Change thickness up here, yes. The point. Do this. Sharpness will be better. Mobility is not as good, but it's okay. Okay. Now that's, I think, what he actually wanted. Okay. This is what he wanted, correct? Yes. Let's offer it. He grins and takes the weapon, swinging it experimentally through the air. Wow, this is gonna come in handy. Thanks, Smith. Okay, so he did actually enjoy that, and we still have action points. We have no leather. We still have some wood, though. This guy's offering a lot, and it'll end our day, but let's go ahead and try. Yeah, he's offering a lot. I'm after a weaponsmith. Now listen, I know a good blade when I see one. Don't try to fob me with the half-arched job. Okay. Let's do it. He's starting us from scratch. This actually might be the best for us. He wants two-handed with a regular point. Okay. Okay. Change the width. That probably is fine. A regular point, very well. Cross section. Okay. And he wants let's go ahead, go here. You know what, we did that last time. Go ahead and put that in. Let's make a oval like that. Ooh, that looks good. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, it's better than the plane. Overall, I think we hit everything. It really do be that easy once you get the hang of it, huh? Looks like some kind of Skyrim blade. We didn't get all the fancy stuff that you add on here yet. I'm guessing eventually there'll be like decor and stuff. Anyways, he takes the weapon in a practice script. His confident stance and well-drilled movement speaks some military background. Fair enough, Smith. Hats off to you. Not a bad job. Why, thank you, good sire. You have earned a skill point. Open the skill tree to spin it. Ooh, we got a level up. We're level 2, and we got some good stuff from that. I think it was worth it, even if it took all our action points for the day. Okay. Well, we opened the skill tree, and it's not letting us do anything. Okay. Sword basics unlocks the profile tapper to make blades tapper in width, and unlocks a distal tapper to make the blades tapper in thickness. Okay, so that itself was something. Okay, let's see what that do then. Is that blood or rush? Sheckling off the edges of those cuffs? That's good. A good question. So we can salvage that. We got leather. We got this. So we have 2 things we can do there. End the day. End day. We used all our action points. The next day, we're going to have to use that. Our new balance is 100. We profited a lot today. That was really good. The camp. Should we try to go to the outer gates again? Let's try. Let's try. See if we can squeeze our way in there. See if we can make a difference. Is that the end game? Trying to get in there? Okay, it looks pretty much the same. Guards look on. Approach the gate. The guard is slouching against the ramparts, gazing out over the horizon. His heavy lit eyes flicker your way only when you call for his attention. What do you want? Guard Sneal, especially pronouncing this evening. I want to enter the keep. No, but I'd like to apply for a worker's permit. I'm a blacksmith. I've been paying trade out here for a while now. Yeah, and I'm a dragon slayer. Get out of here. You return to your tent. Makeshift forge awaits. Okay, so you gotta really be doing some stuff. Let's work for another 2 days, huh? I guess we gotta get word out. We're honestly not that far away from the gate, huh? We got a lot of steel now. That's good. Let's see what we have to work with today. Oh, is it a lot of the same thing? Let's do another 2. Out here, the long prey on the weak. I should have said that a long time ago. I'm tired of being counted among the weak. A good blade can change that. Okay, let's give this man what he's looking for. Let's change length. Get as long as he's looking for. I think he needs a narrow point, one-handed. And then book companion smith. You have to really, I forgot, it goes faster when you just wait for that. We'll make it a little bit longer. There we go. Because at the end, there you go, the mobility is good. Change the width. Mobility not so good now. The point, he wanted a narrow point. Very good. Well, look at that. Tapper blade, making it narrower towards the point. Very good. Okay. Cross section. I guess we should do that, huh? And that checked that off. One-handed. We'll have to go down here, I suppose. But first... No, that's more for something of a bigger plan, huh? Let's go ahead and do the oval grip again. And something a bit like that. Mobility is not too good. No, it fixed itself. Ooh. Now that we have leathers, we can do that, huh? You know what, we're just gonna keep it how it is, though. Because this guy he's just looking for something easy, huh? He wanted the easy way. Let's go ahead and offer it to him. His mouth twisted into a bitter smile. Perfect. Okay, he got what he wanted. We're level 3 now, too. Open that skill tree. We earned 1 gold and heavy shackles. Ooh, this might be really good for us. Advanced swordsmithing, asymmetrical blazed, and organized mind. Increases your action by 2. Allows you to forge asymmetrical blades. Allows you to scale sword parts. I don't know what that means. And advances the cross-section control. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, and then next is curved blades. We still have the ability to do 1 more for 3. Okay, this is a long one. But I can't read it all. I can't stay here long, Smith, wasting away, begging for scraps, watching people turn into animals. This ain't living. He gestures towards the wasteland, stretching beyond the camp. Out there, That's where the real opportunities are. Old ruins, abandoned settlements, treasures from before the collapse, the crows, they eat well. What do you need from me? Something sharp to deal with whatever I might find there. Raiders, beasts, worse. Let's do it. Let's do it. He should probably have a big sword, like a two-handed sword, I guess. It depends on skill level, probably. But still. Something a bit long if he's going towards the beast. We're going to make this a bit longer than usual. He wants a narrow point. Boom. Change the width a bit. Let's go ahead and start tapping that point already. That already looks a bit narrow. Like that? Okay. We did it. That's really pointy. I don't like that, but hey, it's not mine. Cross section. Okay, he wanted one hand. I mean, for the most part, yeah, we can do that. Let's make it seem chunky and thick for him. By the speed. How do we get the speed up? A sword's speed is the highest when the sword has little mass. Okay. So it needs less mass. That's probably the thickness. Perfect. Let's give it to him. That's what the guy's getting. I would not trust that with anything. But hey, he's gonna go tame wild beast with it. You know what it is. A splendid blade. He sheathes it. And how does he have a sheath if he doesn't even know what kind of thing he's gonna get first? That makes no sense. Looking over at the camp, smoke wisps. A sullen face coughs. Wish me luck. Try not to get yourself killed on the first day. That's what we're gonna say. Mark my words. If I strike it rich, I'll come back and buy both of us passage to the keep. Well, let's hope he keeps the word. I guess that's how helping people does something good for us. Okay, well, we have nothing left. Use purely for decorative. Okay, but we have it though. We have 6 leather, 1 gold, and we can go ahead and salvage those. Let's end the day again. We're not even gonna go back to the keep. We're not. We're not. Give it at least a day or two. The camp. We're looking for somebody to sell us stuff, right? Outside the walls of the Eren Keep, desperate souls gather in makeshift tents, pleading for entry. Introduce yourself to the neighbors. The tents near you are mostly occupied by unfriendly, suspicious folk. They spit on the ground when you approach to ward off threatening gestures. There's one exception, however, a young woman who actually smiles at you as you approach. Through her eyes, you are haunted. Eyes are haunted and hollow. A young woman, glad to see you're feeling better. You were on death's door for a while. You looked after me. Not exactly. I dragged you to safety after you fell off your horse. So you're the one who nursed me back to health, or just say thank you for that? No problem. The old woman did most of the nursing. I checked in now and then, but she told me you were still recovering. Where is she anyway? I haven't seen her in days. She was gone by the time I woke up. I have no idea who she was. Huh, strange. I assume she was a relative of yours. Must have just been a kind-hearted soul. Count your blessings. There's not many of those around this camp. Okay, it's nice to see a friendly face around here. And good to meet you. Name's Chev, short for Chevenna. But only my mother calls me that, and she's been dead for 10 years. She's painfully thin and covered in grime, much like everyone else in this camp. She's the first person you've seen smile, though. What do you imagine goes on in Eren Keep? I'm starting to forget what civilization looks like. Long as it's better than here, everyone eats like the emperor, and I'm sure it's actually not that good, to be honest. It's probably sucks. Where you can set up shop, build a real business, not just scrape by. You make it sound so easy. I wish I had a skill I could build my business around. All I know is how to survive one day to the next. That is a skill. She lapses into silence. Somewhere in the distance, a scream rings out. You both try to ignore it. Do you know anyone selling materials I could use for my forge? I've heard someone say that there's a scrap peddler in the Lost City selling all sorts of things. Be careful you go to the Lost City, though. That place gives me the shivers. Before you leave, Chev grabs your arm. There's a wild desperation in her eye. I've been stuck out here for weeks. Not everyone in camp is friendly as you. Not sure how much longer I can last. Can you do me a favor? If you break into Eren Keep before me, find a fellow named Lucas. He's my uncle. If he knew I was out here, he'd help me, I'm sure of it. Okay. Well, we'll say. We'll say that. She rubs her eyes. Look at me, getting my hopes up, Lucas, remembering my name. Chev lifts her hand in farewell as you walk away from her tent, her smile as fragile as porcelain. Let's scavenge for food. So, is the smell. There are no sewers out here. Not everyone bothers to go to the outskirts of the lines. Tucked away, the squalor, you find a pocket where desperation hasn't completely taken hold. Children are playing in the mud. A few squanty chickens peck around the ground maliciously, or miraculously uneaten. As you pick your way through, the wary eyes track your movement from the tent flaps, some calling out to alert the neighbors of your presence. At the center of the little commune, you find a family crouched around a huge cooking pot simmering with meats and scrounged vegetables. A little girl tosses a handful of wild herbs into the stew. Your mouth waters. Approach them. A father and mother gaggle at children, a grandmother with her face like an ancient apple, even a dog rolling on his back in the dirt, tongue waggling. Their rough-looking sort, filthy, gaunt, but you're not exactly presentable yourself these days. As you get closer, the man twitches aside his cloak to reveal a heavy wooden club. His wife hands a dart to a dagger in her belt. The dog snarls, hackles, and they all look carefully, awaiting your next move. Let's just introduce ourselves. Oh, there, stranger. Name's Marauder. This is my wife, Trinaine, and her ma, Gadia. I take you through the names of the nippers, too, if you like, but I get them mixed up myself. The young woman smiles wanly, withdrawing her hand from the dagger's hilt. The old woman just nods, her expression lost in the mass of wrinkles. The children cluster behind their father, peeping and giggling. And this mutt's name is Chaloda. Chaloda. He's a good boy. Keeps the vultures away. With the world vultures. Bennett's expression darkens and Chaloda sneezes disdainfully. Pleasure to meet you. I'll see you later. Away from the marauders, the atmosphere of the camp reasserts itself. Unfriendly glares, distant sobbing, you draw your coat close and hurry yourself back to your tent. Yeah, let's just go back. I'm guessing we haven't eaten since we got here. A few hours past midnight, you've woken up to a soft silken hiss. A blade slices through your fabric of your tent. The fabric falls away to reveal a pair of gleaming eyes, a crescent yellow teeth, a gaunt figure with a knife in his hand. He steps carefully into your tent, apparently thinking you were asleep. Behind him are dim shapes of other men. Each night you bury your tools and your coins in a new location. There's not much in the tent they can steal, but they don't look like the types that will be happy if they don't find anything worthwhile. I guess we just yell? The man freezes. Then he gnaws. What's that mean? A guffaws? Guffaws? He guffaws? His laugh, a sick gurgle from the back of his throat. Scream all you're like, there's no law out here. Hand over your coins, food, anything you got. His companions enter the tent behind him. 3 more men, all rail thin and desperate. The leader looks like a menacing. Step closer. I make swords. You think I can't defend myself? That's what we're going to do. We're going to act tough. 4 against 1 smith. Use your head. Stop waving that toothpick in my face. You think you scare me, you scrawny runt? Our toughness succeeded. We are tough. The thief pauses, eyes lifting across your muscular shoulders. In strong, calloused hands, he attempts to smile. Let's get out of here, boys. We picked the wrong tin after all. The thieves melt away into the night, leaving you alone with a sliced open tent. That'll require a few hours of stitching. And off to the Lost Cities next, I guess. Oh, that does look lost. That looks like the old church that you find the railroad in Fallout 4. Granted, the Masked King's protection. In the centuries past, the city spilled beyond the ancient walls. Now the barrier, which traces the wall's course, has now left the outer areas to the mercy of the wastes. Nicknamed the Lost Cities, these crumbling districts have been picked over countless looters, but rumors persist that there are worthwhile treasures to be found amongst the rubble. Seek the peddler. As night draws closer, the shadow cities the lost city come to life. Hidden eyes from high places, you scurry through the ruins, feeling as small but vulnerable as an insect. Fortunately, a scrap peddler is easy to find. He warms his hands over a blazing fire in an empty market square, accompanied by a sad-looking mule pulling a cart full of junk. Oh, he looked ugly. He is an off-putting sight. Most of his face is bandaged, but he exposes the area of a mess of festering sores and flaking skins you dread to think what the bandages are hiding. Not contagious, not contagious. The peddler points at himself as he shouts. One yellow eye peers out madly as through the gauze. All right, I believe you. No need to yell. The peddler nods, looking immensely pleased. I have many things. I find them in the dark. I sell you. What do you sell? Many things. Much to be found for those who know. Can I see that? But it's too dark. The dark time is for taking. My favorite's not giving. Come back in the daylight and you can see what you is buying, yes? Should I come back to visit the scrap peddler tomorrow during daylight hours? The option will be available at my forge. Okay, let's do it. We're not going to ask too many questions. Let's search the ruin ourselves. We'll give up. We're not going to go too far. Head back to camp. My god, it has a lot of reading, doesn't it? Let's go back and see him. Just found the first vendor. At any point during the day, visit vendors, resource items. Okay, very well, very well. Let's visit the peddler. Okay, what is he going to make? Peddler perks up as you approach, his one visible yellow eye widening with excitement as the prospect of a new customer. I have saved the prettiest trinkets for you, yes. Survey his wares. Let's do it. Okay, so he has... We have also that Smith's Companion. Does this unlock just new things for us to do? I think it does. And he has a lot of steel. Ooh. We can buy the books for 100. Customers may specify for designs from this book. Okay. Twisted steel. You know what? This one actually looks kind of interesting. We own 40. We're almost out of wood. Buy lots of wood. We own 20. And we'll buy a wheel. Okay, let's close. Continue. Yes, yes. What is your name? That's right, I'm the peddler. Scraps the game. What condition are you suffering? Some? Nothing. My skin doesn't like me anymore, I think. Have you seen anything strange? The walls make songs sometimes. They do beautiful, sweet songs for sleeping. Men with candles sneak out here to call up things from the dark places, but the dark places are not so easy to call, and I could tell them that if they like, the dark places do calling. He sounds weird. Okay, I don't have any more questions. Goodbye. Let's see what happens in that book there. Go ahead and salvage that. How much does it give it? It gave us 5 wood, so it definitely was not worth. Okay, we still have 6 left. We're going to take one more look here. Let's go ahead and take this one. It's just a lot of dialogue, really. Okay, we need big sharpness. Change length. Hopefully we don't ruin it the same way we ruined Tom's. Let's get bigger, longer, faster, stronger, harder, better. Okay, change the thickness of it. Okay, very good. Cross section. The material's leather, one-handed, narrow point. Let's get to the point then. Get to the point. Point. Thank you. Honestly, that's probably good. More than that? Okay, that's what he wants. And then one-handed. This is a pretty easy one for what we're getting, honestly. Yeah, it did unlock a few other things, huh? Yeah, it did. What is a quintillion? Interesting. Emblem? Oh. Okay. Well, we need the pommels first. Go ahead and do that. Yes. I think it's just for the balance. Yeah, we don't need to add all that if it's not needing anything, right? Yeah. It just gives a good emblem. Smooth leather. Let's just go normal leather. And then for a pommel, we have this new one, I believe. That's going to be great for big starts. We have that, which that one actually looks nice. We'll keep it that way. I think that's everything he checked. Material leather. Okay, he wants it all in leather then. Very, very interesting we could do that. That looked ugly, I'm not gonna lie. There, that looked a little better. Okay, offer it. Okay, he's gone crazy. That's okay. People go crazy all the time. And we have one more. Honestly, actually, we had one here. Let's accept that. Forage it. Oh, he's got a curved blade. This is actually kind of cool. He wants the sharpness back up though, huh? Okay, that's all he wanted. Look at that. I know eventually we can get curved blades ourselves, learn how to make that because it's available there. Let's go ahead and offer that to him. Very easy. That was the easiest one all day. Okay. End the day. End day. New balance of 55. We made 55 in one day. Stay at the forge. Camp. City. Let's try to go back to the gate now. See if we get anything new. Our last attempt is going back to the gate. Let's see. The outer guards are still there. Approach. Same thing, huh? What do you want? I want to enter. I've already told you you're not getting through without the worker's permit. Stop wasting my time. So it just gets worse and worse. There is just no getting in there. I'm guessing you have to really claim it up there, huh? And then the next day. There's one that's all the way for 8. Okay, we might go ahead and try this. This will be their ultimate test to see if we've been learning, huh? That we accomplished what we are meant to accomplish. You want something heavy, one-handed, broad point. This will be our last test of might before we say we have accomplished what we wanted to in this demo. Man, it's lengthy. Honestly, I can see why people have so many hours on this game. It's very soothing, very relaxing. Okay. Broad point. So not very much there. Okay, you know what? Even that is fine. One-handed, it needs sharpness. Let's go ahead and manage that cross section. And we'll go back on that. Okay. What does the stiffness need? Making your blade thicker at the expense of more weight. Okay. Change thickness. There we go. Okay, broad point. Let's go back to the point. Yes. And then one-handed. We'll go to the pommel section. Quite honestly, it might be time we can finally use one of these. I think the time has come. Let's go for a very thick pommel. Yes. No, I need something edgy, like that. Because it is our last, we're going to go ahead and tighten that up with some lethia. A heavy sword. She got it. A heavy one-handed sword. I don't know if I would trust that. Looks kind of like a butter knife, but hey, she loves it. And she gave us a secret there. What did she give us? We uploaded to level 4. Old tools. What's in our inventory? I think the secret was just more old tools. Yeah. Open the skill tree. Curved blades. And advanced smithing. Allows to scale sword parts. Increases by 2. Honestly, that might be the play right there. So now every day we get that, and we're going to start by scrapping, so we have more parts. And that's really what this game is all about. I mean, the story is going to progress. The story is a bit longer than I expected, but this is a really interesting game. This is BLADESONG, and it is going to be coming out in 2026 sometimes. It got more than 200 very positive reviews, okay? More than 200 very positive reviews. It is the ultimate sword-making game. Forge unique weapons with freedom, modular hilts, perfectly balance to your customers' needs, master the art of smithing, and uncover secrets of Eren's Keep. We haven't uncovered the secrets, but hey, you know what? You can if you go and you play the demo and you wishlist it. Game coming out in 2026. This is by Sun and Serpent Creations as the developer, and the publisher is Mythrite. Very excited for that. People have literal insane amount of hours. I mean, look at the reviews. Go to Steam. Look at the reviews of this. People are playing for 13, 15 plus hours. It's there. It's there. 6 hours, 10 hours. I mean, people are really into it. There's not very many negative reviews. If you like crafting and you like a little bit of dark story, it's got a kind of D&D feel to me when you're going through reading all that. I don't usually like reading a lot in games, especially since I am a little bit dyslexia, so it has a tiring effect on me. But honestly, it has a good feel to it. I don't know if I would change it. I kind of like that in this game. But hey, if you like this, this is your #1 spot to find new games before they come out. So if you like it, give it a like. If you dislike it, dislike. If you love it, subscribe. Don't forget to follow us and hit that notification bell. We go live every single day, except for Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. Jakarta time. A lot of times, we're playtesting brand new games before they release. I hope to see y'all at the next one.
Disconnected.